Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2013. If you're listening on the radio and want to watch this, go to www.catex.com. The big storm that hit Britain yesterday, the tallies are beginning to come in. The Association of British Insurers says that it's too early to give figures yet on insured losses from the hurricane-strength winds. However, that didn't stop Willis, the broker. They say that losses might be as high as $800 million. Gusts of up to 99 miles per hour lashed southern England and Wales in the worst storm recorded in Britain in over a decade. 5 people died, power was cut to many thousands of people, hundreds of flights and trains were actually canceled. PricewaterhouseCoopers has warned that the storm, which is being called St. Jude, reached the south of the UK last night and continued into this morning and will hit insurers in Britain hard due to the high density of properties in affected areas. According to the Insurance Association, the UK insurance sector will pick up most of the bill from the damage caused by the storm. It's not necessarily going to spread out into the reinsurance sector. Meanwhile, Europe's biggest insurer, Allianz, is joining the list of those buying less reinsurance. Allianz is preparing to take more than 900 locally bought third-party reinsurance treaties in-house, not putting them out into the reinsurance market. This will deprive the global reinsurance market of hundreds of millions of dollars in premium in 2014 and beyond. Sources said that Allianz's reinsurance spend is set to fall by about $700 million US. That is a big chunk of money. Meanwhile, a reinsurer, somebody on the other side of the transaction, feeling the effects of these things, the Bermudian reinsurer Arch, is cutting back its property catastrophe reinsurance book by a third in the third quarter coming up. Overall top line of its reinsurance book was boosted by a one-off impact of a quota share deal that it had done with the troubled insurer Tower Group. However, Arch has decided apparently to sit on their capital and not deploy it based on what they view to be very low prices. The incident in Tiananmen Square yesterday in China, where a car rocketed through the square, through a police line into a crowd of tourists, and then exploded, killing the 3 occupants and 2 other people, as well as injuring 40 others, is probably terrorism. This is according to sources. It was disclosed last night that China's President Xi, as well as 4 other Politburo leaders, were in fact in the Great Hall of the People in Tiananmen Square at the time. They, of course, were not injured. Beijing police are searching for suspects who are Uyghurs from that province out in Xinjiang, where the Chinese have been having ongoing difficulty. Apparently, they're hunting for possible accomplices in various establishments and hotels throughout Beijing. Beijing police referred reporters' questions to a spokesperson whose phone rang unanswered. So it's the usual Chinese transparency going on. The United Nations says that it has confirmed 10 polio cases in northeastern Syria, the first confirmed outbreak of the diseases in Syria in 14 years. The World Health Organization said that the risk is high of a spread across the whole region. The Syrian conflict, of course, has prevented vaccinations from being effectuated as a result of the strife. A very interesting thing is happening in Turkey today. It's been long dreamed of since the times of Alexander the Great. For the first time, Europe and Asia are being connected by a tunnel. This is a railway tunnel. The tunnel is opening today. It's among a number of large infrastructure projects that the Turks have embarked upon under Prime Minister Erdogan, helping to boost the economy. The tunnel is 13.5 kilometers long, with about 1.5 kilometers of that, about a mile, running under the Straits of the Bosporus. That's the strait that connects the Black Sea to the Sea of Marmara and cuts Istanbul in half between Asia and Europe. Turkish officials say that at more than 55 meters deep, it'll be the deepest submerged railway tunnel of its type in the world. Officials hope that the tunnel is going to attract rail traffic of 1.5 million passengers a day. The project began all the way back in 2005. The tunnel, of course, has raised fears that it could be vulnerable in case of an earthquake. Istanbul is in a very earthquake-prone area. The transport minister said that it was designed to withstand a massive 9.0 magnitude quake. He called it the safest place in Istanbul. If there was a 9.0 earthquake in Istanbul or anywhere, there would not be two bricks left standing on top of another. The St. Louis Cardinals head to Boston tonight, apparently 3-2 behind in the World Series. The game will be played tomorrow evening. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.